Good morning. In the previous lecture, we talked about definition of vector, examples of vectors, and after that we started dot product or scalar product of two vectors. We studied this in the last lecture. We have derived one formula to find the dot product or scalar product of two coplanar vectors. In that case, the vectors not represented in terms of the unit vectors, in terms of the Cartesian components. Now, let me represent the vectors in terms of Cartesian components. Let us consider vector A, let us consider these two vectors. Vector A, it will be represented by an arrow. Arrowhead will give direction of vector A, length will give its magnitude. Vector B, it is again represented by an arrow. The arrowhead will give direction of vector B and length of the arrow will give magnitude of vector. Now here, vector A is represented this way. Let us call this side equation 1. A1i plus A2j plus A3k. Vector B is also represented in terms of the Cartesian components. Vector B is equal to B1i plus B2j plus B3k. Equation number. Let us try to understand equation 1 and equation 2. After that, we shall go for framing the formula for dot product or scalar product of two vectors in terms of the Cartesian components. Let us see what is equation 1. Vector A is splitted into three rectangular components. Component A1 is along unit vector I. Component A2 is along unit vector J. Component A3 is along unit vector K. A1I plus A2J plus A3K is vector A. A1I plus A2j plus A3k is nothing but vector. Just similar to A, vector B is splitted as B1, B2, B3. Component B1 along unit vector I. Component B2 along unit vector J. Component B3 along unit vector K. B1I plus B2j plus B3k gives vector B. Here these two vectors, vector A and vector B, are expressed in terms of the Cartesian components. A1, A2, A3 for vector A, B1, B2, B3 for vector B along D, you need vectors I, J, K respectively. Let us take dot product or scalar product of these two vectors. That is vector A dot vector B is equal to A1I plus A2J plus A3K bracket complete dot in the second bracket vector B. B1I plus B2J plus B3K dot product of two vectors or scalar product of two vectors in terms of its rectangular components, in terms of its Cartesian components is written this way. Vector A dot vector B is equal to this bracket representing vector A dot this bracket representing vector B according to equations 1 and 2. Now let us work out this dot product. A1I dot this whole B1I plus B2J plus B3K plus A2J dot inside the bracket B1I plus B2J plus B3K plus A3K dot B1I plus B2J plus B3K. Dot product of A1I with all the three terms, this one, plus dot product of A2J with all these three terms, this one, plus dot product of A3K with all these three terms. Let us simplify this product. Let me call this as equation number 3. Vector A dot vector B. Equation number 3. To solve equation 3, we need the knowledge of dot product of unit vectors. To solve equation 3 for dot product of vectors A and B, we need the knowledge of dot product of unit vectors. These are the simple rules. Let me write these rules here. I dot I, dot product of I with I. Let me put a bar here. This bar is for representation of vector, or we can put an array is equal to vector magnitude of vector I into magnitude of vector I into cos of vector I dot vector I is parallel to I is overlapping on I. What is angle between the vector I and vector I? What is angle between x-axis and x-axis? 0. Angle between unit vector I and unit vector I is 0. So this is cos 0. 1 into 1. What is cos 0? Cos 0 is 1. It is also 1. So this is equal to 1. So I dot I is 1. What about J dot J? Magnitude of J into cos of 0. Angle between J and J is 0. That is 1 into 1 into 1 is equal to 1. So J dot J is also 1. Let us go for K dot K. Magnitude of K into magnitude of K into cos 0. Angle between K and K is 0. K and K overlap on each other. You may consider parallel to each other. Angle between them is therefore 0. Magnitude of K 1 of this 1 cos 0 1. This is 1. So from these three equations, what we can write? We can write one rule. What is that rule? I dot I is equal to J dot J is equal to K dot K is equal to 1. We can make a rule from that. From this calculation, this calculation and this calculation, we can write a rule. What is this rule? I dot I, these two are vectors. J dot J, these two are vectors. K dot K, these two are vectors. I dot I, J dot J, K dot K is equal to 1. This rule we have to remember while solving equation 3. These rules are not sufficient. We have to go for more rules. And let me do them here. I dot J, J dot I. That is magnitude of I into magnitude of J into cos. Unit vector I is perpendicular to unit vector J. So what is theta? 90 degree. Unit vector J is perpendicular to unit vector I. So what is theta? It is also 90 degrees. So I have to write here 90 degrees modulus of J modulus of I dot J, vector I dot vector J is equal to modulus of I into modulus of J into cos 90 degree. J dot I is equal to modulus of J into modulus of I is into cos 90 degree. We need a space here, so let me wipe out it. This is equal to 1 into 1. What is cos 90? It is 0. 0. 1 into 1 into 0. 0. And the same thing for J dot I. vector j dot vector r is equal to magnitude of j into magnitude of I into cos of angle between j and I. J and I are perpendicular to each other. Therefore, angle is 90 degree. Cos 90 is 0. So, 1 into 1 into 0 is 0. So, I dot j is equal to 0. J dot I is equal to 0. We have to go for a few more. Let me write them here. I dot j. Now let me go for j dot k. This is equal to magnitude of j into magnitude of k into cos 90 degree. Dot product of vector j and vector k is magnitude of j into magnitude of k into cos of 90 degree. Cos 90 is 0. This magnitude 1. This magnitude 1. So this is 1 into 1 into 0 is equal to 0. Right? Similarly, let me go for vector k dot vector j, that is equal to modulus of or magnitude of vector k into magnitude of vector j into cos 90 degree. Dot product of vector j and vector k is magnitude of k into magnitude of j into cos 90, where 90 is angle between k and j. K and j are perpendicular to each other. Magnitude of k 1, magnitude of j 1, cos 90 0. So this is 1 into 1 into 0 is equal to 0. Now few more left. Let me put them here. Where? We shall write these rules later on. Let me work out it here. I dot k, magnitude of I into magnitude of k into cos of 90 degree. I and k perpendicular to each other, so this angle is 90 degree. Magnitude of I 1, magnitude of k 1, cos 90 is 0. So this is 1 into 1 into 0 is equal to 0. And the last one. K dot I is equal to magnitude of k into magnitude of I into cos 90 degree. K dot I is equal to magnitude of k into magnitude of I into cos 90 degree. 90 degrees angle between k and I. K and I are perpendicular to each other. So this is 1 into 1 into 0 is equal to 0. Equation 4. Let me write this in equation number 5, equation number 6, equation number 7, equation number 8, equation number 9, equation number 10, equation number 11, equation number 1, and this is equation number 13. I had taken, it is 3, where is 4? One, two, three. You can take this as 4. Equation 4, equation 5. Take this as 6. Okay. 7, 8, 9, 10, and this is 11. This is 12. So what we have done here? Have you understood what we have done here? We have taken vector A as equation 1, vector B as equation 3. Vector A written in terms of components A1, A2, A3 along the unit vectors I, J, K. Vector B written again in terms of the rectangular components B1, B2, B3 along unit vectors I, J, K respectively. Dot product of vector A and vector B in terms of equations 1 and 2 is this A dot B is equal to this bracket for vector A from equation 1. This bracket is for vector B from equation 2. Then first term dot this bracket. So dot product of A1I is taken with this here plus dot product of A2J with this bracket is here plus dot product of A3K with this is here. To solve equation 3, we need to know certain rules of dot product, and therefore I have solved equation 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. With the help of equations 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. Now we are able to solve equation 3. We should do these things in the next lecture. It is so simple. You have to just go step by step. I am going step by step. So you should go this way step by step. You may or may not have mathematics in the 11th or 12th class, doesn't matter. I am going to solve each and every step. You just go step by step. If you go this way step by step, you will understood everything. Hope you got it. We shall continue in the next lecture. Thank you.